Hey, and welcome to another episode of Hold My Whistle. Today is August 16th. I'm Paulo.
I'm Foy.
And yes, he is back with us. Long awaited.
The podcast creator of Cinema Adventures.
The producer of Hold My Whistle, Randy Romero.
Let's clap
Thank
it up
you.
one
Thank
time
you.
for Randy.
Woo, it's good to be back. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, he came
I've
after
missed you.
working.
And
It's-
it's a long shift. It's like 12:30 a.m.
We're good to go, but Randy's
Randy's had a long day.
long day.
Long day.
I feel like the show's missed me.
Yeah, we've definitely mentioned you. We've turned and looked and like, Randy, fact check. Oh, wait, you're not there. Boo earns.
Yeah.
My ears have been burning.
Yeah.
So, a lot of teams, when they get a rookie and stuff, or like maybe you join a fraternity, they haze. And because Randy's been missing, I feel like we need to haze Randy a little bit.
I concur.
So what are some of your favorite hazing moments?
I got pushed in as Paulo hits the table as he stands up. I remember getting pushed into a trash can as a freshman by a senior, but he didn't know I played football at the time, and he never messed with me after that because I was kind of a stud as a freshman, and that was pretty much it. That was the only time I really got hazed. What about you, Paulo?
Well, at Live Oak High, when you're an incoming sophomore, because freshmen had to go to junior high because there was a boom in population during the late 90s, we were called puppies. So,
I'm sorry.
anyways, we're about to haze Randy,
Randy-
and I just poured him a half a finger.
What is this, gasoline?
Of MuzzleFlash. His hazing. Forget what we used to haze with. We're hazing Randy.
He's got to take the muzzle flash.
If you didn't hear our last episode,
I might need this after today.
Okay.
Do you want me to open your cactus cooler?
Yes, please.
Oh, my.
Oh.
Yeah, Randy.
Oh my God.
Tell me, how does it smell?
This is like infamous.
It's-
by now because it's a
It's
hold my
pretty-
whistle like.
It's pretty repugnant shit.
Oh man.
Okay, Randy.
Toilet water smells better than this.
Pay your dues.
Bottoms up.
Whew. So I got to drink this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
And look at the ice is already it's watered down already. Okay, take that shot.
This is only for your audience. I hope you know.
It is.
All right.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh.
It's so gross. And
Why are you licking your lips so much? Oh my God.
Oh, you don't know how good this. I wish we would have had our phones recording, so it could have been an Instagram moment.
Oh, Randy, good to have you back, buddy.
Oh,
Who the hell made this stuff?
Some fucking asshole.
devil.
Some asshole from Washington.
Yeah, Chuckanuk Bay. Fuck that place.
Oh man, stick to your day job.
Oh, now you know our pain.
Yeah, good to have you back.
I want to come back for the real whiskey time.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's going to be, it comes the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You got to try them all. And like I said, we're into hazing now. Some people say it's against the law. I say,
If there's grass on the field, play ball.
boom. All right. Well, hey, like I said, it's August 16th. Before you had a big day this week.
Big day. What's today? Today's the 16th. So 2 days ago was my 9th anniversary to my wonderful wife, Veronica.
Congratulations, the two of you. I don't know how you've done it, Veronica.
Yeah, I don't know how she put up with me either. I mean, there's the good times and there's some bad times in there, but somehow we make it through, and she's the best thing that happened to me, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do my best not to screw things up, and she holds it all together.
I like how you're not a social media guy,
Not at all.
but you show your wife major love on your anniversary.
Oh, you have to. I don't post a whole lot.
The picture of you dancing on the beach, spinning her.
Yeah, that. Well, she posted that one because.
Oh, okay, that was her then.
We actually, because when we went on vacation, we paid to have some photos taken, and we picked 5 or 6 photos, and that was one of them. Just to let you know that sand was probably upwards of 90 degrees. And
Quick feet, speed drills.
it's a good thing I have very calloused dead feet because
Sean's toe, first of all, it's called the Ace of Spades.
oh, my big toe.
It is huge and crusty.
Yeah, it's called the Ace of Spades.
But hey, I just want to wish you and Veronica a happy anniversary. I'm glad you guys found each other. It's the best thing for you.
I appreciate
best thing
it.
for me.
Yeah, it worked out real well for you, Paulo.
Absolutely. I miss your. It's fun talking about your wedding. It was one of the best weddings
Dude, your Guido look at our wedding, you had those like half glasses with the pinky ring. Our suits were very dapper. We looked good.
We went for it. It was a crew of dudes. You had a long row of...
My groomsmen, I outnumbered my wife's bridesmaid. I want to say I had 10, maybe 12 groomsmen, and she had like 8 bridesmaids.
Yeah, it was a pretty serious time. I the whole weekend was fun. I did a great rendition of La Bamba.
Oh, that is still...
The night before. Karaoke night.
To this day, we've been trying to get that reenacted. We went to this place in Pismo Beach, Harry's Nightclub and Beach Bar. We waited all night because Paulo said he was going to karaoke La Bamba.
And it was a serious karaoke bar.
Oh, yeah. It was the last song of the night. Mm-hmm. We waited till closing time.
We were playing pool. The bar was still packed.
Oh, it was packed.
And I step onto this karaoke stage. And when I say stage, it was multiple screens.
Legit.
Lights. I had a production.
It was legit.
Yeah. And, I don't think my boys knew how serious I was about La Bamba.
Oh, I had no idea you were that good.
There was 3 screens. I didn't have to look at one.
Paulo's opening act, he's back to the crowd. As soon as the opening guitar riffs, he turns around to the crowd and just rocks it. Like perfect Spanish, perfect vocals. I mean, it's as if Richie Valens was in the building that night.
Oh, yeah. I felt his spirit inside of me.
I've
never had another man inside of me, but that moment, Richie! Anyways, and then the wedding was great, under an awesome tent on a cliff next to the beach. Dude. Great food, tons of champagne.
How many sliders did you eat? I had about 12.
We did it again.
And then if you go through the photos, you at multiple points of that night, you'll see Paulo holding at least 1 to 2 bottles of champagne. I don't remember what it was, but it was really good.
Yeah, all I remember too is that I wore like a pinky ring the whole time. It was
you had pinkies
my signature. Before Bruno Mars was pinky fingers to the sky or moon, whatever.
Yeah,
I was rocking a pinky ring.
Exactly. And whose pinky ring was that?
I stole it from my dad.
Yeah. Did you ever give it back to him?
It fits on my dad's like index finger. It only fit on my pinky. My dad's a smaller guy. He's like 5'5".
Yeah, but he still yelled at you worse than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, Tito.
I don't know how a 5'5" man has that much power over my 270-pound butt. But he tells me something, I do it. I'm a good son.
The voice is very commanding of respect.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to say a lot, but it's right to the point.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get into the topics of the show today. Hey, we're going to talk about St. Inez football high school week 1. We're going to do our starting lineups and Riding the Pine. We're going to talk about our whiskey. And we have our recap on our fantasy football drafts. A lot of people out there doing their fantasy football drafts.
UFL, baby.
Yeah. But first, let's talk about sleeves. If you haven't heard our past episodes, yes, 40% off sleeves, compression gear.
HMW 40.
Promo code. Type it into the search part or promo code area after you...
The search part? No, don't
I don't
type
know.
it into the search part.
You go into your shopping cart or check out.
When you go into checkout...
I hate shopping online. I'm
Why?
Still just barely getting into it.
It's so easy.
I've done the Amazon Prime thing, but it is easy.
Dude, it's so easy.
But I load up my shopping cart and then I'm like, shit, I can't afford this all.
Well, it's kind of hard when you take one of everything.
And then I try to do you add, and you want to get 2 of these? No, and then I subtract, but you can't really get rid of it. You have to remove the item.
Yeah.
It's confusing to me.
I know, it's got to be tough for you,
It's so tough. And then the address and then shipping address, why do I have to type it in 2 times? Same as? Yes.
Yeah, not a lot of sites.
And then right in between that, promo code, and that's where you type in HMW 40.
Yeah.
40%. So, you know what? We've talked about the headbands, the sleeves. I'm thinking about the yoga pants now.
Oh.
Lisa's kind of preggers. We're halfway through it. We're almost at that 3rd trimester. She needs some comfy compression pants. Maybe low support on the underbelly. And they have some cool designs.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You see, I don't go searching through the yoga pants because if my wife's going to wear yoga pants, that's on her.
But how much?
Who doesn't love yoga pants?
Everyone loves yoga pants.
Everybody loves yoga pants.
If you don't, you're lying.
Yes.
Don't be that person.
You're a bold-faced liar.
Yeah. Like you haven't like turned your head. I'm like, oh, look at those yoga pants. She must work out. Never.
Ever.
You know, hey, you could use yoga pants for yoga, of course, obviously, or just laying around the house.
Oh, dude, they're great. Everybody wears them.
Babe, you look great in your yoga pants watching NCIS on the couch.
It would be Law and Order for me.
Dun, dun.
Thank you, Dick Wolf.
You know, hey.
But on a side note to the sleeves, my custom order should be arriving tomorrow.
Dude, this is probably the most excited I've ever seen you about anything.
I'm juiced about my custom order coming in tomorrow. I can't wait to see how good it looks. And, you know, it's like it says anywhere, anytime up to 8 p.m. I can't wait it better be there first thing in the fucking morning.
Hey, so I got some news for you. I don't know if you've heard, but Randy plays in an adult league softball team, right? And they haven't been the best. But since we've been mentioning sleeves and we got him a headband, Randy comes up to me, hey, bro, 2 home runs.
Oh, shit.
2 home runs.
It was the sleeve.
And they won, which I guess was the first one of the year, right, Randy?
No, we've won, I think we won 3 games.
But this was like the end of the year, right?
This is the end of the year. This was our last game.
Uh-huh.
I wore my sleeve headband that you gave me.
Of course.
And I hit twice and I got home twice.
So Randy goes, 2 home runs. I'm like, oh, damn, you hit 2 home runs? That's kind of serious, right? He goes, no, I got the home twice. He's like, I hit it, and then later I got home. I'm like, Randy, you can't be like the producer of a sports show and not know the difference between
scoring a run and hitting a home run.
And Susie's there. She's like, you didn't hit home runs. His wife was so funny.
God, the last time I hit a home run in a softball game, it was at a practice like scrimmage game. And I broke some chick's windshield that was parked below the field.
That's their fault.
Yeah, it's parked there at your own risk.
That's their fault. Like, seriously. Just because it goes over the park and hits the parking lot.
Yeah, out of the park, yeah.
This isn't it have to go over the, like, play structure?
Well, no. We were playing at Elks Field in Solvang.
Oh, okay.
And, like, right outside, like, right down the street from your house, Paolo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she parked on the side, and I, like, kind of hit a lazy pop fly, and it carried out, and I'm like, and all of a sudden you hear this, oh, fuck.
You should have been wearing a sleeve back then.
I should have.
Randy wore a sleeve.
And he got home twice.
He got home twice.
Twice, guys.
But it made a difference.
What's the promo code again?
HMW 40.
40% off.
Get it.
Just do it.
Sleeves.com, SLEEFS.com.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, hey, not only is all that going on, your anniversary and everything, but for us as high school coaches at San Ynez, it's early for us, but it's game week.
It is that time of the year. Games are abnormally early this year due to some CIF rule changes, but we are in week 0 getting ready for our first game coming up Friday night.
We're playing the Napomo Titans.
The Napomo Titans. We have to go up there. One of the few grass fields still left in our area.
I appreciate grass fields, even if they're crappy, because all grass fields pretty much are crappy now.
Oh, they're so bad. I mean, there used to be like a mystique to a good grass field.
But if you're like a head coach, don't you want your grass field to like turn to crap so you could turn to your like school district and be like, we need a turf field?
Yeah, that, or if you're playing a really good team, you want to let the grass grow really long so it slows them down. Kind of like what Notre Dame did to USC back in the Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart days. I mean, you got to use your grass to your advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a slower playing surface.
I always like how they try to bring in turf like after a rainy day, and you're like, you could still see like the sod strips.
Oh, yeah. There's
like
still
peeling
seams.
away.
There's still seams in the field. It's like, come on, guys.
Do you remember, was it last year where was it a college game where the turf on the goal line turned up and they had to stop and the
grounds crew came on?
The crew, it was one dude, and he was working for like 5 minutes, and he repatched it all.
Oh.
He was like a legend that weekend.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he was drinking for free all weekend.
Oh, yeah. But week 1, real excited. I always love the anticipation and the feeling I get week 1. It's, that weird feeling, butterflies are happening, excitement, and now that we're coaches, it's a little different. But I always get really excited for week 1.
Yeah, like the pre-game nervousness never really leaves you. Like even as a coach, It shouldn't. I still have that like worry, just about underperforming, and it's always been there. As a player, it's like I didn't want to come out and play bad. As a coach, I don't want my kids to come out and play bad, being a reflection of my coaching. So it's like it's always there, and I think it's a good thing if you're not nervous or if you don't have any of that little I don't want to say animosity, but I want to say just like that tick to make sure your kids are prepared. It's like
it's a reflection of you.
Yeah.
You know, you take it personally.
Exactly.
You know, you've invested a lot of time. And everything's coming together. It's the beginning of a long journey, but you still want week one to be successful and to look like things are coming together.
Yeah, you want to start out on a good positive note. You want to get your season rolling off on a good start. And, with us, it's like it's the first time ever I can ever remember San Ynez has 3 football games in August.
Insane.
It's crazy. It hasn't even got hot yet. I mean, it's been warm for a few days, but it's like September and October, I feel, are going to be a scorcher.
Right. Well, it's always tough. Our first away games are always a hot one for some reason.
Yeah, I think the Nipomo weather will be more accommodating.
It's a little more coastal. Yeah. You get some of that overcast.
Yeah, you get.
But just thinking about week one for me, I always think about to my senior year, and it was our week 1 or week 0 at the time. We had to play North Monterey County, but it was September 11th. Actually, our game was scheduled. Well, it was scheduled for the 11th, and we ended up playing on the 12th, and they canceled it because of everything that went down. And we were a California team, and it was just one of those funny feelings. And listening to the national anthem, talk about that feeling condensed into one song.
Yeah,
and just. You get that you're wearing the flag on your helmet. It was already on there, but it just meant that much more. And it was my first time playing defense. From being a Z-back wide receiver, getting sweeps to haystack the quarterback, outside contain, all this stuff. And I actually had a pretty good game. I think I had a forced fumble recovery, 2 separate plays, and 2 sacks.
Oh, nice.
And I had a face mask call.
Oh, excellent.
Woo. First flag, I think my first flag ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I did.
You rebel, you.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Outlaw.
Yeah, I like my most memorable week 1 moment would be my sophomore year. It was my first game brought up to varsity. I was still 14 at the time.
Such a young kid.
Yeah. We were playing Bishop Diego, a private school in Santa Barbara, and I just remember, oh my God, I'm playing with like 18-year-old kids, and
they're men. You're young men.
Yeah, my mustache could compete with a lot of guys, but I wasn't quite there yet.
Oh man!
But going out on that field, I was super nervous because I didn't want to let my teammates down because I was the young kid on the team. I didn't want to be the
and you're playing middle linebacker. That's such a key position, centerpiece of the defense position.
Oh yeah, and just like, God, don't make everybody look bad was my goal. And the first series I came out, I made a tackle or 2, I deflected a pass, and it was all downhill after that. It was like
downhill.
Well, in a good
Okay, I get
way.
what you're saying. Okay.
In a good way. Like I had a good game. Like I didn't mess up royally.
But how lucky were you to be a sophomore moving up and to a solid team?
Oh, see, I've always when I look back and reminisce on my football career, I was always the beneficiary of someone else's misfortune. If I have to say it that way,
I want to say most opportunities are that way in football.
Yeah, like the senior returner broke his leg.
Who was it?
His name was Chris Satterswaite. He was a
never heard about him. For how long I've lived in the Valley and all the stories I've heard, it's the first time I heard about Chris Satterswaite.
Satterswaite. He broke his leg running the ropes in double days, and there was 2 guys they were talking about pulling up. It was between me and this other cat named Eric Bowman. He was 6'2", 220, wound up playing D end, but he played middle linebacker as a sophomore. And they asked me, and I wasn't real sure. I hadn't talked to my uncle yet, who was kind of my advisor over matters like that. And, I really wanted to, but I wasn't sure if I was ready. I wanted to say yes immediately. Well, can I think about it for a little bit? I waited the rest of the day.
You're such a wussy.
I wanted to make sure it was right.
Just go for it. Pull the trigger.
So I did, and the rest is history. I was a 3-year starter,
Won every award.
Except the hitman.
Oh, I didn't say it. You said it.
I had to, but
Maybe you didn't hit that hard.
I learned the defense, and I was decent.
Well, now you're a linebackers coach. You're one of the best I've ever met. So
thank you, Paulo. I appreciate that.
not a problem. I still ask you for help all the time.
Hey, but
Every time, all the time.
my coaching accolades are strictly reflective of the kids that I coach.
So you know what I'm excited about now that the games are starting and everything too is and it's a great tradition that we've had with our coaching staff is that we have the home game after party.
Yes, those are always great.
And I was like, we're gonna party after the game, and with our wives and kids are gonna show up to somebody's house, and we're gonna have drinks, and the spreads are awesome.
Oh yeah,
the wives are totally into it. But we party after the game, win or lose, and we have Friday night focus. No, football focus.
Yeah.
See, in the Bay Area, we have Friday night focus. It was just Friday night focus, and it's kind of the same deal. Every hometown has that Friday night after the game TV show that starts at 11:30 or midnight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, we all watch the show together. We watch our team highlights. But one of my favorite parts, and, there's a lot of women in sports broadcasting these days.
Yes.
A long time ago, I had a big crush on Michelle Tafoya.
Okay, I can see that.
There's a new one. Our buddy Josh loves her. She's a fantasy football analysis. What's her name?
Taylor Rooks.
She's a hottie.
Oh yeah.
But we have a gem
on the Central Coast.
Oh my gosh. And this is my third year now crushing.
I think so.
Even Elise knows about her.
Yes.
Everyone knows I have a thing for Jessica Vo. She is the KSBY sports director, and I look forward to her broadcasting skills.
She's come a long way since she started. Turns out that we found out today that we are the KSBY Game of the Week.
Yes, Napomo versus San Ynez, Game of the Week.
Game of the Week, and
congratulations, guys!
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's for week 0 or week 1. It's kind of a big deal. We have a lot of hype behind us now.
Kind of a big deal. We're ranked number 2 in Division 7 of Southern Section CIF. So it's kind of important, to come out and start on the right foot.
And Josh got a phone interview with her today?
I don't know if it was a interview per se, or was just a phone, questions. Yeah, just a few questions, and then I'm
Jessica,
sure
if you ever want questions, you could also call me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on the show.
Oh, absolutely on the show.
Yeah,
but also if she just wants to have a personal conversation with me, just talk. I don't X's and O's.
Yeah,
I'm open.
Yeah, you're coming off kind of as a creeper.
Not that my phone is always on. Am I coming off creepy?
What's the email?
What's the what?
What's the email?
The email. Oh, I don't have an email.
Pull my whistle.
Oh yeah, you don't. Well, you could email us if you want.
Paula won't check it. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Josh knows that.
Can I just say, I've seen your guys' posters everywhere for the San Ynez. You guys have posters everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Those things get me so pumped. Every time I walk into a store or a restaurant and I see them up, I'm like, oh, these look badass. Where were these when I was in high school?
Did you see the 30-foot banner on the flats?
Oh, dude, it's great.
So every team that comes into San Ynez has to go through a mile stretch of flat road. No matter if you're coming in, no one takes, because you're not allowed to take a bus up the pass.
Yeah.
Right. So they have to go through this mile stretch to get to our high school, and the city Solvang lines up the pirate flags.
Yes.
About 20 flags. All with Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, about 20 on each side of the road, I'd say. But on the flats, a local guy put up a 30-foot sign that says "Welcome to Pirate Country."
It's awesome.
So cool. Drove by it today.
It's so intimidating for a home team to come into. I mean, a visiting team to come.
Oh, the nostalgia is great. It's got that small town, welcome to our town feel. It's like, this is what you're in for.
You know what I love about Randy being here? He's critiquing every movement I make, and he's told me to adjust my mic 5 times.
Well,
and I feel like I'm giving it a blowjob. It's the worst right now.
It looks like it.
Well, it's in the right position.
You were just talking about Jessica Vo too.
I need you to tickle it with your mustache, but don't touch it.
I don't think his mustache game is on that kind of point.
Do you want me to give my microphone a mustache ride? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
All aboard.
The things we do for good audio.
Oh, totally. Yeah, but week 1, we're hoping for some big things coming up. Napomo Friday night, 7:00. Check us out if you could make it. Come up and watch. If not, check out the highlights. Hopefully we perform
Hopefully everything works out good. Check us out on KSBY too.
Yeah.
Let us know how we do. I'm sure we'll throw out a highlight. Hopefully we have a highlight that we could put on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey, but let's get into the show.
All right.
Starting lineup.
Starting lineup.
Give it to me, Fogarty.
All right. I always start this off. My starting lineup today is Tiger Woods, y'all. Coming back from, a decent performance in the British Open and following up in the PGA Championship. The dude was on point. He had a couple of bad drives that kind of set him back a little bit, but his game looked good. He was in the running for the championship all the way to like the 15th hole on Sunday. It's almost fair to say Tiger Woods is back. Question mark.
That's like the LeBron Michael conversation. Is he back? Does he have to win to be back?
He looked
in
good.
golf. Do you have to win? It's fun. Golf is just better. Like
when Tiger's playing well, everybody plays well.
Everyone's
It's like
playing
win.
Good. Oh yeah. And TV ratings shoot out the roof.
Oh,
people start buying Nike clubs. It's
Sunday Tiger Red has some meaning again.
The red shirts are cool again.
Oh yeah, everybody's going and getting them.
Nike has not stopped making cool red shirts.
Oh dude, like I don't look good in red, but I will sport a nice Nike red shirt.
Did you see on opening day of the tournament? I think it was Wednesday.
No, it's the Thursday.
One of the two. Anyways,
it's a 4-day
I'm not
tournament.
paying that. I'm not paying that much attention.
I know.
But he switched his shirt in the middle of the day.
Oh really?
Because he started off crappy, and he switched his shirt, and then he just started off the tournament.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And you know what? It's funny because like talking with the whole Tiger Woods back thing, and we were talking about with Tony last night. He saw some crappy shots, and then that's because people don't remember 10 years ago.
Vintage Tiger was getting himself out of trouble.
Put himself in a crappy ass area, and then he hit miraculous shots.
Oh yeah,
that made him look even better.
Like I said, vintage Tiger coming out of a terrible first or second shot, recovering and either scoring a birdie or saving a par. That was Tiger's way and his peak.
Yeah, it's just always good to hear about Tiger winning or competing well in golf tournaments compared to getting DUIs and divorcing his hot ex-wife.
Yeah, or passing out at the steering wheel because he's on prescription drugs because of back pain.
Actually, one good thing about that, me being an Instagram stalker, so a chick that he was hanging out with that night, her name was Lacey K. Summers. She is super thick, and Lacey K. Summers, check her out. She's huge on Instagram.
Oh, I'm sure she blew up after that.
Oh, she's awesome. So yeah, that's one good thing Tiger did in between his winning stints
in his slump. Would you call her a slump buster?
Yes, I would. I don't think they did anything, but
yeah, I mean,
she
ever since, because that to me is like his rock bottom. Yeah. And now he's on the vertical ascension.
Oh, yeah. He's looking good. Nothing's phasing him right now. And what's crazy to me, too, is like because he's had all these injuries, hey, I remember like he was lifting too many weights. And
dude,
like
he's jacked.
He's jacked. He's in the 300-pound club. I guarantee he still benches 300 pounds.
If I remember correctly, at one point he was benching like close to 4.
Yeah, he's insane. Yeah. But because of all these things he's done and the injuries on top of it, he's had to change his swing how many times?
Multiple times.
He's been the best golfer at the top of the game with multiple different swings. It's not like he's had to work on the same thing over and over again. He's had to change his game throughout his whole career.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most impressive things about Tiger.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Who do you got in your starting lineups?
Well, my starting lineup is the guy who beat Tiger.
Oh, okay.
And, I jumped on his bandwagon like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, when he won the, what did he win? He won the Masters?
Yeah, he won the Masters.
No, he won the U.S. Open.
Well, he's won 2. This is his third win this year?
It's his third win, but second major. He won at...
Brooks Koepka. I still can't say his last name.
I know you can't.
Koepka.
What? Shinnecock. He won at Shinnecock
Hills. Yes, it was a big one for...
Oh, we love Shinnecock Hills.
No, but Brooks is, for however good Tiger's been doing. And like you said, maybe Tiger playing well made him play better, but it didn't seem like it. He's kind of like the dude right now. He's the front runner.
He showed some ice in the veins and some very important moments of that tournament.
Oh yeah, I know. There's not. Well, golf is kind of done now for the next couple months, right? For like 6-7 months.
Yeah, it's kind of on the back burner.
So you won't kind of see it, but I think for Tiger to really be back, he needs a Brooks to beat.
Yeah, he's got to be chasing. He's got to be chasing that front
Every
runner.
great champion needs someone to be
an
great.
adversary.
Right.
Yeah.
He needs to be a villain. Randy, you know about that, right? The Marvel comics, like,
Yeah.
there's no Professor X without Magneto.
No, you need a great villain.
Yeah. And so, not that Brooks is a villain, but,
And might I say, like, his wife looked great.
But did you see the picture of her when she saw Tiger?
No.
She saw Tiger at the end of the tournament and kind of found out. Oh,
I saw that. I saw that.
Oh yeah, she definitely saw Tiger and got a little too excited.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's
Tiger's back.
It might not be a breakup moment, but it's definitely like a hard conversation.
Is he ruining that marriage? Is Tiger going back to his old ways?
Our golf clubs hitting windows again?
No, but and she did not look as good as like when he won Shinnecock.
She looked good.
This one was like
she had like longer, blonder hair. This
I don't know what
tournament.
happened.
Yeah,
but hey, Brooks, you're in my starting lineup. You're on my bandwagon. If we ever play fantasy, Luis told me about fantasy golf. Oh no, Oscar did because he's the club member,
of course.
Right? But I think we should try to do it one weekend. You pick two guys, you average out their score. You get a couple. Obviously a couple teams or whatever. But might sound fun.
Yeah, we might have.
We got 6 months to think about it and then forget about it. It's probably never going to happen.
It's probably like a couple months away. I think the first tournament of the year is either in like Hawaii or Fiji or something like that. It's some tropical tournament that they play.
Where they're teeing off on a coastline, looking amazing.
Oh yeah, it's pretty pristine.
Yeah. What was the golf game? Was it Tiger Woods like 99 or whatever that they used to have, and you get like Tiger Vision?
Oh, dude, on Xbox
or whatever it was.
Yeah, Tiger Woods golf. Something, dude. That game.
But all the golf courses, you were just right next to the water.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It was awesome. I kicked ass at that game.
Like legitimately, if it was like FIFA, golf, Madden.
Never played FIFA.
FIFA is a lot more popular now, I think, than it was before.
It was probably dog shit when I was growing up.
Yeah, FIFA now is like anyone plays it. Like, will they watch real soccer? Probably not. But are they good at FIFA and they like playing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was more of a game day guy over Madden. Like, have you seen the new Madden?
Well, let's talk about who's on the cover. Antonio Brown.
Madden curse. He's already hurt. He's already hurt.
It's I know there's a couple years where it kind of skipped, but it's not gone.
Dude, the Madden curse is real.
Yeah, I don't mess with it.
Oh yeah, I'll put that out there right now.
Was it Peyton Hillis on the cover too one year? What a joke.
One good year lands you the Madden cover.
Yeah, what a joke. All right, well, Brooks, you're my starting lineup. Keep it up. You're my number one golfer. But let's get into riding the pine.
Sit down. What do you mean? You gotta have 5 out there. Sit down. Sit.
All right, so my riding the pine this week is Rockets GM Daryl Morey. He's kind of an eccentric GM, to say the least. Kind of flaps his gums a little bit too much. But his most recent statement was claiming LeBron James is the best ever by a bit of a big margin. To me,
great descriptive words.
Yeah, it's like, to me, how can you make that type of statement? I mean, the argument for whoever the GOAT, quote unquote, is, it's not by a large margin. It's potato. Like Michael, LeBron, it can go either way.
Well, for me, even if he is the greatest, you have a guy on your team who's arguably the MVP the last couple of years on the team.
Yeah.
And LeBron's playing at the same time. They're competing throughout the year. And you're going to say that, and your star's going to hear this.
Yeah.
Maybe James Harden doesn't feel like he wants to play for this guy anymore.
I don't know, but James Harden to me seems like he's all about winning the scoring title, and
I don't think he plays that way to win a scoring title. It's just how he plays.
It doesn't seem to me like he plays for a championship.
Well, that too.
He plays for personal accolades.
Well, if he did play for a championship, he'd probably move to another team.
Right?
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, the Rockets don't have a super team.
Well, they're close.
They're good.
If they beat the Warriors, they're beating Cleveland team.
That's a big if. Do they beat the Celtics? I don't think they beat the Celtics.
This last season, if they beat the Warriors, they win the championship.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
with-
It's hands down.
No Kyrie, no Gordon Hayward. Yeah, they beat him.
Oh yeah, it's
But-
I don't question it. You got to remember the Warriors were on their heels too.
Yeah, they had him on the ropes, but like all good teams, they need to finish, and they couldn't finish the Warriors. They were up like 15, like double digits in multiple games, and still found a way to lose the game.
Yeah,
When you go 0 for 27 from 3-point range, that's a key component to imminent disaster.
and it's just not a good year for GMs in general, especially in the NBA. Like, just shut your mouth.
Yeah,
Don't make comments like that.
Yeah. Oh, who was it? Santangelo or the Philly GM?
Oh, the burner accounts.
The burner accounts
Oh,
talking
man.
shit. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, you can't do that stuff.
You got to find a way to try and motivate your team. That's not the way.
Definitely not the way. Well, I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been watching NFL Network or just news in general, but NFL summer camp fights are just all over, and I'm sick of it.
Really? Already?
Oh, dude! Even today, D-Hop,
D-Hop, one of my guys.
love him.
Great.
Well, actually, I have to fix him. So I think last episode he was on my Writing the Pine too because I said he was dating Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
Rumors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess she went on news and it's like, no. So either it was true and they broke up really fast, or he listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
He might have listened to our podcast and took my advice.
He might have listened to you, Paulo. She's bad news,
It's just,
but she's hot.
oh,
She's hot.
I'll take it. Anyways, so he listens to our episode. They break up. She, she announces on the radio. But today, it's the Texans versus the Niners, scrimmage. And he lines up against freaking Jimmy Ward, his helmet pops off because he's wearing his helmet loosely. And
No, I think it's his dreads that make his helmet fit loosely.
whatever the reason, he pops off his helmet quick anyway, and then they start throwing a couple punches. You know what I mean? And at least that's someone from another team. But the other fights that I don't like are the team on team.
Yeah.
You saw the Dallas Cowboys, even though I think they fought the Rams about a week ago.
Yeah.
There's film of like lineman versus D lineman, same team.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars fighting the same team. There's a lot of the Browns. There was film of the Browns fighting their own team, and they don't need any more bad publicity as it's going.
But that's always gonna happen in training camp. Guys are fighting for careers and a livelihood.
But does that really? What chips
Does
me
it
out?
help? No.
Yeah, if you're a guy who's on the cusp and you get in a fight, that could be a final straw.
Yeah,
It's not really
you're done.
showing. Yeah, it's not really showing. Oh, team pride. It's just showing kind of like selfishness.
Yeah.
And for someone who's been in a football fight,
Oh yes, Paulo, you have.
I'm kind of an expert on football fighting. And yes, I fought someone on my own team, but it was during a game. There's been some. I think training camp fights never end up that good because they're quick to break up and everyone kind of jumps in.
Nobody sees it.
Yeah, but in a game like Andre Johnson versus was it Cortland Finnegan?
Oh, dude, those were always the
Great
best.
fight. I even like the hand. Like remember Dion was it Andre Rison?
Yeah.
Just a little quick hand slap. That was great to me.
Oh,
I love
dude.
that. But it's 1-on-1. No one's jumping in. No one's breaking them up.
Yeah.
It's
It's got to go to blows and get to the ground before everybody starts running in.
oh yeah. So these mini camp fights, you're not really. If you're gonna fight, wait for a good time. Oh, do you remember what was the guy with the big old USA flag tattoo? Was it Turley?
Oh, Kyle Turley. Kyle Turley.
I would not, dude. He would fucking pick fights, and it was intimidating.
Well, you always get that one lineman who's just got some shit in his neck, and he's a throwback kind of player that just is nasty and likes to get after it.
Yeah.
And those are the guys that are always instigating shit.
Yeah, it's. But did you for all your years, Sean, did you ever get in a fight?
No, I never gotten an actual altercation.
Did you ever throw any cheap shots?
Like a punch?
A punch, or were you a grabber?
No, I was.
Or did you ever stick your hand in someone's face mask?
No, I.
Randy, you got in a fight?
No, but a guy who was on our team.
Someone tried to fight. Wait, Randy.
Hang on, let me tell a story.
Okay.
So there was.
I forget that you played football.
Yeah, I did for like a season.
A season.
Right? Football has seasons?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. A large fellow who was on our line, he transferred in Then he transferred out the day before or a week before we started our first game. He went to Lompoc, and everyone booed him when he got back because we thought, oh, this guy's going to make our season. He's huge. He's fast. He's a good player. And him and a couple other guys on the team got into a fight during the game.
Oh, man.
Because they were like, I can't believe you left, all this stuff. And yeah, I was just standing there like, dude, I'm on special teams.
So there was a fight. You saw it, but you weren't part of it.
No, I was. No,
Did you help break it up?
No way.
Come on.
Why would I do that?
Why not? Oh, actually, it's smart. Actually,
Yeah.
You jump onto a fight that
You leave the bench, you leave the sideline, you're kicked out.
and the extra game.
And the next game.
Oh yeah, it could be detrimental to your season.
See, I was always the guy that, you're talking shit, whatnot, and you got a problem. I'm gonna find you at some point in that game, and either I'm gonna hit you legally or I'm gonna chicken shit you to where you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
It happened to me my sophomore year at City College. We're playing College of the Canyons, and they were really good. We're getting beat like 42-14 or something like that. They ran a screen. I'm running it down, and one of their linemen that was out leading fell down on the side, like near the sideline. He's on his knees trying to get up, and I'm running, and I hit him right in the back. And I run through it, and I'm laughing at him as I'm running by. I mean, the guy didn't score, but all I remember is like 20 yards down the field, like I can hear this guy screaming. He gets up, he's looking around. My number was 35 in college. He's like, I see you, 35. I'm going to fucking kill you. You're dead. Like, he was so adamant to try and get me back. And this was in like the second quarter. Every time he'd come up to the line, he was like a rabid dog, just foaming at the mouth, like screaming at me. And I'm laughing. And I can tell he's just so mad. It took him to he got pulled probably like midway through the fourth quarter because the game was in hand.
Yeah.
But he finally got me. Like, he rolled me up pretty, like he was 6'4".
Oh, he's huge.
6'4", 300. And, he was like...
And he was crying, huh?
He was so mad, and he finally rolled me. He caught me on like a sweep or something and decleated me. And like he like laid on me for a little bit. And I gave him an attaboy. Good job. You finally got me.
Yeah, right.
It took you a while, but you got me.
Fucking David and Goliath.
We shook hands after the game. We had a good laugh, and
That's what dude, seriously, sometimes that's the best part of the game.
Oh,
like
yeah.
where you battle with someone and
those mini battles between you and someone else.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was.
You want to know something funny? So we're playing Palma High my senior year.
That's a private school, right?
Private school, Catholic. I think they won CIF that year. I'm pretty sure they won CIF that year. But they had this fullback. I forget his last name, but he was built kind of like you, bowling ball.
Yeah.
And he would just bounce off, and he was solid. They had a good line. And I came up at corner. I wasn't playing outside backer. And like he came off a spin move and kind of like kept on going. And I came in for the tackle good, but I took his back and I wrapped my hands around, right? Just perfect form. And both hands had like full balls. It was just like, I was like, like I knew what I was doing. And I tackled him quick, right? But everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, he grabbed my dick. And I was like, ugh. I was like, yeah, I'll just like run off and get really excited. But
so I to play off of that, I got a funny story. We were playing Morro Bay my junior year, and we're beating the shit out of them. And I remember we had this big pile up, like, we stuffed them for a short gain or a loss, and all of a sudden you hear this blood-curdling scream coming from the bottom of the pile. And it's just, sorry, Paulo's phone's going off because he doesn't know how to control his volume. Hey-o. Anyways, that blood-curdling scream, and he's like, oh, like, someone grab my balls. And like we're coming off the pile, and our guy gets up. He goes to the ref. You need to, like, he points to the guy whose balls got grabbed. You need to watch this fucking guy right here. He just tried to grab my dick. And it was like he was accusing the guy whose balls he grabbed.
Oh my gosh.
And we both, Paulo, we both know who it is.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say his name just for personal disclosure.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's funny.
But I'll never forget that. I played with some dudes that were
There's
about
some cheap shot artists.
anything like what happens at the bottom of the pile is straight gangster. It is
man,
like
fingers.
I've had guys digging in my face mask, trying to like gouge my eyes.
Listening to the old guys like the Ray Nitschke's and the like Jack Lambert stuff. Like,
yeah,
they would be biting people.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Oh,
you're under like a
checking the oil.
Six
Dude,
guys,
fingers and hands are going everywhere.
Guys trying to break your ankles.
Oh, it's
like
dirty.
pulling your leg hairs, like punching your ribs. I
Like,
mean, everything.
If you get into that thing, you better know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
You better not get caught because if the person catches you doing it to them, they're going to find you.
I'm going to say if you're halfway good in the pile, you probably can make it in prison. You'll probably make it okay.
This is why I played one season.
It's a rough sport, Randy.
But
it's
a
okay.
tough one. Anyways.
But
summer camp fights. That's my...
As we giggle about this, this'll segue.
Well, we can try to segue.
Why?
Yes.
Is your volume not working?
No, the video doesn't show up.
Oh, Christ, your terrible dungeon internet's not working?
Yeah, it's not.
We're trying to get into our next segment here. I'm going to make Paulo call it. If you remember way back to ours, what show was it? Like our second or third
World
show?
Cup.
It was World Cup. I had to call the Belgian goal.
Oh, that was great.
It was.
Great
Sean
episode.
is great. Yeah, so he wants me to call it.
So
But my phone stinks.
I challenged Paulo to make the call of the DeAndre Hopkins Jimmy Ward fight, and he's thumbing at his phone.
It's just not coming up. Like the audio comes up, but the video doesn't.
Dude, is there another?
Okay, I memorize it. I'll just go for it.
You're gonna wing it.
Are you ready for this?
Do you want me to give you the countdown?
No, I got this. I'm gonna announce it like a boxing fight.
All right.
Ding, ding.
You're in, Paulo, and go.
Just a bit outside.
DeAndre Hopkins lines up at the number one receiver on the right side of the field. Andre Ward covers him. Jimmy Ward. Who's Andre Ward? The boxer from the Bay Area. But Jimmy, both might be boxers after this. You'll realize why. DeAndre Hopkins, hands fight and outside releases. His helmet pops off as he drops a hitch pass. And instantly, Jimmy Ward right hands him, left hands him. But instantly before DeAndre Hopkins could do anything, the rest of the team comes in like a junior high fight. It stands around looking, not doing anything. But if you don't, oh, fuck, I am so bad at this shit.
Oh, man.
How horrible am I?
Oh, man.
Dude,
you had it.
My highlight for the moment.
No, do not encourage him.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
That was straight dog shit, Randy.
Hey, but look at no video. And now all I wanted to mention too was, did you see Richard Sherman at the bottom of the? He was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Sherman jumps in
hamstring
there.
and all.
Oh yeah, I was like, he's in there.
All right.
So that was my failed.
God, that was so bad.
First off, we got to get Wi-Fi down here.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wi-Fi is poopy.
Paulo, I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in
This
you.
is so sad. I really needed that visual aid of looking at the film.
First off, DeAndre Hopkins catches the hitch
He
pass.
did not catch
It
it.
looked like he caught it to
It
me in the
bounces
video.
off.
It looked like he caught it. And then his helmet pops off. Jimmy Ward didn't like getting slapped.
There was a couple, they were talking.
They were talking, and then there's a shove. Then there's another shove. Then D-Hop comes back and pops him. And then Jimmy Ward comes up, 1-2s him, and clocks DeAndre Hopkins.
It looked good.
Like, he almost dropped him. Like, he stumbles to the side.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Ward pounces on him, and then the bench is clear.
Yes. And so that was my you call it moment. But I just want to bring up D-Hop one more time, too. Do you remember when it was the Texans versus the Washington Redskins, and it was Hard Knocks?
Oh, dude.
And
when
it was
he
D'Angelo Hall.
shook, like, dude,
It was almost a fight. It was almost a fight, but he shook him so bad.
he blew his knee out and like ended his career, right?
He already was injury prone. But it was one of the worst shakes.
Oh, dude.
Like you see his knee blow out.
The pre build up to that, the shit talking's great between the two of them.
I believe D-Hop is probably one of the best shit talkers in the NFL
and
right now.
it's just like chirp, 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 chirp.
He was saying, well, is it like he came up to me, you do that to me? Because I think he did a head slap on the corner at the time.
Yeah.
And D'Angelo comes up to him, is like, if you do that to me, you don't know. And he's like, you better fear me. And all D-Hop is saying is like, I only fear God. I only fear God.
Yeah,
a couple times. The whole time.
The whole time.
And then he lines up on him and just completely, like, not even a good move. A couple stop and goes.
He shook the shit out of him.
Oh, it was so bad. But yeah, that was my call it. D-Hop, thanks for not letting me make a good call.
Thank you to Team Agloni Wi-Fi. You might want to check with your provider.
Yeah.
Because that was terrible. Paulo, your broadcasting, your podcasting days are on the rise, but your broadcasting days are on the fucking decline.
I hope J-Vo doesn't listen to this.
Oh man, that was just. I don't want to throw another local commentator under the bus, so I won't do it. I was going to call you the Rooster right there.
Is he that bad?
Personally, I think so. But that's just me. But since Paulo's failed attempt at You Call It, was just an absolute shit show, we're going to go into a better segment. We're going to go into whiskey time.
Oh, yes. So, Randy had a little bit of MuzzleFlash.
Gross.
Yes. And we already had that experience. But, we bought a fresh new bottle. Well, first it was recommended to us by our good friend, co-host, Josh McClurg, because he's now getting into it. He's always liked whiskey, but as far as the old-fashioned game, it's becoming part of his daily routine now, I think.
I introduced him to the old-fashioned. We went out to a nice steak dinner one night, and we went to the Willow's restaurant, and they, in my opinion, serve the best old-fashioned in town.
Oh, yeah. That bartender, what's his name? I don't even know.
He's not a bartender. He's a server.
He's a server, but he knows.
But he knows his shit when it comes to bourbons.
Oh, yeah.
And, there's different types of old-fashions, come to find out. I don't know what it's actually called, but he makes a mean one.
It's awesome. Well, so Josh is totally into it, and we had our draft, and we had some Four Roses at the
Four Rosas or Roses?
No, it's American. I don't think it's Rosas. It's not a Mexican whiskey.
Okay,
it's Four Roses, and it was actually really decent,
really good.
And Josh left home with the last third of the bottle, whatever.
There was enough for one
or two more, maybe. I'm pretty sure just one,
depending on how many fingers you use.
But Josh comes back to us, and he's like, "Hey, I did some research."
And if anybody knows Josh McClurg, he's gonna do his homework.
Details are
all about
guys,
the details.
You don't need to buy that $100, $80 bottle of whiskey. It's not the best for old fashions. And he looked up a handful of polls, and they said that Bullet was the best for old fashions. And so what did Sean and I do? We go out to the local liquor store. We bought a pint. This is the first small bottle we've bought, right?
Yeah. But I'm not going to lie. I'm loving that bottle.
It's a great bottle. It looks like an old apothecary bottle.
Yeah, it looks like a cure-all from the 1800s. Yeah. If you buy this special elixir, it's a cure-all for this and that. And yeah.
Be strong like bull.
Yeah, it's like a castor oil bottle.
Oh, yeah. But on top of it, when Sean's making the drinks, because, of course, he's my barman, and not to mention, we drank two quick.
Oh, it was easy.
Most time we do one and we enjoy it. It was pretty good. I told Sean this is get some people in trouble because it's an easy drinker. It's not bad at all, and it is a good old fashioned mix. But Sean poured 2 glasses. He's like, check that out, and it was really quick. It wasn't like he was looking at the glass. He poured 2 glasses perfectly.
Identical pours
in each glass, and I was like, no crap. And we put the ice cubes in there and everything, and it was still perfect. I was like, that is really impressive.
I don't think Paulo's ever been more proud of me.
It was a great moment.
Yeah, it was pretty spot on. I just kind of eyeballed it and, worked out pretty well.
But the Bullet is, like I said, it's super smooth.
Oh, yeah. Very smooth.
And if I was telling Sean, if, a girl who's not used to whiskey wanted to have an old fashioned, Bullet would be the whiskey that I'd make with it. It would, and you're probably going to get lucky that night.
You might,
she might take advantage of you.
Yeah, she more than definitely could. It's very smooth. It doesn't have that traditional bite,
right.
Those.
Because we like a nice little balance. We want to know that we're drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
At the same time, we want a little smoothness and little tinge of sweetness.
We try to get the best of both worlds because we're greedy like that when it comes to the whiskey.
So the bite's not there 100%, but like I said, it's an easy drinker. And it was good. But let's talk about...
Paulo found out a very interesting fact about the whiskeys we sample for our old fashions.
Yeah. So, now that I have a decent, whiskey collection...
Would you say you have a plethora?
A plethora of whiskey. Anyway, so, I'm looking at the proofs and alcohol percentage, and it's always 50-50 on that. I really don't know why they put proof when you could just multiply it by 2,
Sure.
right? But our 3 favorite whiskeys so far for old fashions have been at the very top.
Breakers is mine.
Right.
Which I think we're on the same page.
Definitely on the same page.
Dickel is number 2 for me.
We love the Dick. And now Bullet is on our list.
Bullet is a third, followed very closely by Four Roses.
Right. And Four Roses actually, and I want to check out the label. I'm guaranteeing
it's
at the same proof, because the crappier whiskeys we've had, the
Hatfield McCoys,
the MuzzleFlash,
Bighorn.
I mean, Bighorn is probably the one in between, because it wasn't bad.
But it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. So the good ones are actually higher in alcohol. They're at 90 proof, 45%. And the crappier stuff is at 40%, 80 proof.
Yeah.
So if that has anything to do with it.
I don't know if there's any direct correlation to that, but
this is how serious we're taking our whiskeys.
Exactly.
This isn't a no joke whiskey review. This is the most serious whiskey review in podcast land.
That's a bold statement. Very bold.
I see a YouTube channel in the future.
We have a channel. But we just don't have any videos. It's just our audio.
It's just our audio.
Yeah.
Visual is coming very soon.
I'd like to think so.
We've got some things in the works.
If you want to see this face, just just subscribe to our channel, and we'll probably have some stuff up soon.
Yeah, we've got some things in the works for the YouTube channel. It's coming up pretty soon, probably in a few weeks.
So where do you put Bullet? Do you put it on top of your Dickel or underneath your Dickel?
To me, it's under the Dickel.
Okay. Classic. Yeah, and I think so too, just for the missing of the bite.
Exactly, because Dickel's smooth, but there's that little.
But it's a little hard. Also.
Hey, can I try some of that Bullet?
We drink it all. Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Hey, there's a smidgen.
There you go.
Let's go hazing. Drink that, Randy.
I'm good. I'll go buy a bottle.
You're killing me, dude. I'm drinking it.
Oh, always good to the last drop. We stole that from coffee. Was that Folgers?
The best part of
waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Hey, so look at that voice, Randy. Angelic. So
like an angel.
But no, the Bullet was great today. But we did have the Four Roses during our draft.
Yeah.
So we had our fantasy football draft.
The YoFL.
Yesterday's Outlaws Fantasy League. And it was a pretty fun draft. We had a big day. Picture day. We went to a farewell, well, not a farewell party, but we sent off some of our former players to the Marines. And then we had our draft. And, we had it at our buddy Luis Andrade's house.
Paulo's favorite Andrade.
Yeah, undraftable because he's a lineman, but, he was my neighbor at one point.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
His brother Oscar's a good dude, too.
He's moving up on my rank, so we'll give it to him.
He's always rocking that deep V-neck and pinkies up, but he actually had a few cold ones.
The V-necks don't bother me because he doesn't have a lot of chest. It's that he wears a lot of sneakers without socks.
And he's a runner, so his damn feet stink.
And Paolo's a sneaker guy.
And and there's a couple shoes I wear without socks, but they don't last long. I know they're throwaways.
Oh yeah, dude, my feet.
He wears fashionable shoes without, and if he is wearing socks, they're the really low cut gay ones. So
not that there's anything wrong with that.
I said the G word. I'm sorry.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, guys.
Yeah. So I'm not a huge fan.
Paulo's a crew sock guy.
It's just I'm sure Oscar's hiding a lot in those low cut sneakers. Anyways, but I had a pretty fun draft.
Oh, dude, draft day to me, especially with that, there's a lot of shit talking. I mean, it's a little different than most of our other drafts. First off, I had to make 6 old fashions before it even started because everybody wanted to try it.
The Four Roses was.
It was on point.
I like it more than Bullet.
It's close, dude. I think it's a tie. In my book, it's a tie. I like the bite of Four Roses, but the smoothness of this.
Well, where the Bullet wins is the price point.
Oh, dude. Well, it was about the same. If we would have got the big bottle, it would have been about the same. Because the pint was 19, and we got the liter. I want to say was 38.
Did we pay $38?
Yeah, for the Four Roses, and it was $35 for the liter of Bullet.
And I was drunk already.
I think you were.
Yeah, but both price points are, and they're both great for old fashioned. I would recommend both.
Oh, totally. You know, either one, you can't go wrong with either one.
And so in our draft, Sean, who was the guy you felt like you snuck and got a win with?
Oh, I got DeAndre Hopkins in the second. I mean, granted, I picked him from the 7 hole, so I got him at like 13. But DeAndre Hopkins fell to me at 13. I think was a pretty sneaky one. But my favorite pick, I'm gonna bite off your homer team. I got Jimmy G in like the 6th round.
How mad?
McClurg was so mad.
Because and you could check our Instagram. I posted a picture of, and we talked about it in our draft kit special.
Yeah.
Like, don't cheat off some other people's lists. And Josh was all over your list.
Oh, dude. Like, he's like, oh, dude, your 300 is different from my 300. Oh, okay.
Oh, man. And there was one, like, where we took the picture. He was just hanging all over you. It was pretty funny. But when you picked Jimmy G,
he was so mad.
Heated.
And the thing of it is in that league you have to draft 2 quarterbacks. I was going to come back the next round and get Deshaun Watson, who was his other guy. And I'm like, just wait, you're going to love the next one. But unfortunately, 2 guys before me on the way back, Deshaun Watson got picked up. So I had to go a different way, and I picked up Phillip Rivers later, who is a fantasy stud.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Phillip Rivers, but yeah, you're absolutely true. He's going to put up points.
Oh, dude, he's got to throw the ball like 50 times a game.
Yeah. I feel like I won with my David Johnson pickup. Hopefully he recovers from his wrist injury.
So you're boasting about your first round pick?
Whatever, yeah.
I stretched a bit on my first round pick.
Well, because I'm looking at everyone else, and I just picked the best available. There's nothing surprising. Who am I going to get? I got Christian McCaffrey, Jay Ajayi. I got Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams, good.
Yeah, it's like, but for where I was at the 4th spot, it was what I could do best. But one of my favorite moments of our draft was, again, this is another Josh moment. We have a penalty. If you pick someone who's already drafted, you got to pay $5. And this is pretty much Josh's rule.
Yeah.
He instated it or reinstated it, whatever. It's instated.
Sure.
Thank you for agreeing. And if you pick anyone, it's a $5 fee. And we're at near the end of the draft. And someone's already picked up the Texans defense. And he announces all loud, Texans defense. And everyone just looks at him and he's like, shit. He was so on top of it because this is like maybe 20 minutes after the Jimmy G thing, and he's still pissed about it.
He's still steaming.
I'm sitting right next to him and I'm bugging him about it. He's already mad at me, and he loses $5 to, was it Oscar?
Yeah,
and that's what when I said, hey, at least Oscar won something in fantasy.
Exactly,
it's the first time he won anything in fantasy
ever.
Yeah,
but it's like I'm looking at my lineup, and I think I did a pretty good job. Like I said, I got Jimmy G, running back. I got Derrick Henry, Kareem Hunt, Royce Freeman, the rookie I talked about in our draft kit. I also picked up Mark Ingram. He's going to be suspended a few games, so he's going to be well rested.
Oh yeah,
and,
middle of the season, healthy guy.
He's going to be that guy that comes in. Where I really thought I did well was in the receiving core. I got Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans, and DeAndre Hopkins.
No one cares about your team.
Paulo, how many times have you won the UFL?
Well, there's only 2 years, and yes, you won the first one.
I won the first one.
I'm coming at you this year. Well, you want to talk about my highlight moment this week? So last year, my coworkers started a league because there was a group of us that were interested, and they started a league really fast, And maybe there were some guys that weren't into it, and like our commissioner left the league, and so I'm like, I'm still down to be in the league, whatever. And they made me the commissioner. I am you could put that in my
your bio.
You could put it in my resume. I am a fantasy football league. I'm in. I'm a commissioner. I make the rules. Yes, you can make that trade.
Have you ever made a fantasy football trade?
Yes, I have. When my team was doing crappily, I'm not gonna lie, I've unloaded my team before.
To the number one guy?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I unloaded. I know I made a trade where it was the 16-man keeper league that you always make fun of me for, but it didn't make a difference.
I'm pretty stingy when it comes to fantasy football trades. But I tried to make one on draft day.
You did. You were offering people during the middle of the draft. Who were you trying to get rid of?
Or who
were you trying to get?
I was talking to last year's winner, Kevin the White Rapper, and he drafted Travis Kelce in the 3rd round. I really wanted Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
I mean, my tight end's Jack Doyle, and I'm looking at it, and his running backs are kind of shitty. His receivers are pretty shitty. And I'm like, all right, I'll give you Mike Evans for Travis Kelce.
What I think stopped him from making those moves too is because how our drafting system works is you only are allowed a certain amount of guys from each position, and then you kind of have to go. Like I think was it his tight ends were he already had 2 tight ends.
Well, yeah, we'd have to drop a guy or go 2 for 2.
Right, and so it kind of made things a little difficult. But I liked how you were going for it.
He's thinking about it.
That was a war room moment. I was like,
he's thinking about it.
You know what was bugging me? I'm going to throw one of our guys under the bus. D's was just taking forever.
Oh man!
After on the way back in the draft, and we're talking the 1st round, 2nd round. Like who you're going to pick. He was taking like 5 minutes, and what I hated is that no one reinstated the clock. No one was watching the clock. There was no clock. I called clock at 10 minutes. They're like, nope, let him pick. I was pissed.
Yeah,
and there was like 2 or 3 times where he took exactly who I wanted. And I was like, "Fuck you guys."
Like I've said previously, the time is always an issue. But what I hate is that's a great pick. Like it's your fucking 1st round draft pick. Oh, you took him from me, bitch.
Yeah, like David Johnson.
It's like, bitch, I'm picking number 3. You're at 9. There's no way you're gonna get him.
Yeah, no.
Like we had to call Tyler Otis, and Tyler Otis was number 3. He's like, all right, I want Le'Veon Bell. He's not going to be there,
He's
bro.
not going to be at 3.
No, I want Le'Veon Bell. Fuck you. He's not going to be there at
and Josh
3.
was like at 2, and he's like, if he makes it to 3, he's never going to make it to 3.
He's never going to make it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I think we're going to post some type of fantasy football info that Sean's been working on, right?
Yeah, it's coming up.
There's a lot of lists out there that tell you who to pick, where to pick, strategy, but there's not a list who tells you who not to pick.
That you don't have to pay money for. Because you can get the ESPN Insider stuff and all that shit, but you have to subscribe and pay money and all that shit. We're going to give you something on the free 50 side.
We're going to post a list on our Facebook, and you could use this when you go to your draft and just reference who not to pick. Because a lot of people pick injured players or retired players. And so we're going to be your number 1 source on who not to pick so you don't look like an idiot during your draft.
At least early.
Yes.
If you want to pick somebody up who's hurt late, by all means. If you got to fill some bench spots, that's fine.
So buy your magazines, get your ESPN list, but do not forget to go to our Facebook or Instagram. We could put them on both.
Yeah.
And check out Foy's list on who not to pick.
Yes. But we're going to close the show out, but we're going to give a big shout out to 3 former Pirate alums, Travis Freeland, Stephen Enderle, and Ben Schaefer, signing up, joining the Marine Corps.
Yeah, they all left for boot camp this last Saturday or Sunday. 3 best friends, and they get to go to boot together.
Yeah,
and they're all slappies.
Oh, dude,
and there's no way they're not laughing in boot when it's getting yelled at.
Oh man, they are in a world of hurt. They are like the goofiest kids, and it's just.
But we couldn't be prouder. I'm super happy that I get to be part of their lives and they made me real proud, man. I'm really excited for them, and hopefully it's a good thing for them. And
oh, definitely.
I say and then a lot.
and then? Yeah. No and then?
But Ben Schaefer, like I've had him since his freshman year and graduating with wrestling and football. Just a good kid. Stephen Enderle is pretty much like
your favorite ginger.
He's on the list of favorite gingers for sure. But like what is it like? His family runs the local gas station. Yeah, and he's just a staple of our community. He's like a hometown good old boy. Yeah, and then Travis Freeland is, made you look so good the last 3 years. Oh, totally. One of the best linebackers in San Diego's history.
Oh yeah, not a real physically imposing looking guy, but the dude could play. And props to all 3 guys making that type of commitment to serve their country, their community, and their families.
Yeah, hey, thank you, boys. You made us proud. But guys, we are very close to 1,000 downloads.
Oh yeah.
I want you to, if you're listening to this, it's your job to help us get there. Just tell one other person that isn't subscribe to us, just to listen to one of our episodes. We are very close. We want to be in the 1,000 club. Help us out.
We're on the cusp.
It's fun to watch this stuff.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. You know, watching our numbers grow, it just makes us appreciate everybody who takes the time and checks out our podcast weekly, daily, whatever it is. If you've only listened to a few episodes or you're a faithful listener and you listen to every episode, we appreciate everybody that takes the time to check out what we have to say.
Yeah, so check us out. Also, check out Cinema Adventures. You know, I'm just glad having Randy back.
I know.
He didn't say a lot, but it was just fun having him in the room.
You know,
I like being back.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good time.
He
Miss you, gentlemen.
He's taking a bit of a hiatus, but hopefully this is his comeback trail. You know, he's gonna be around a little bit more.
The best around.
No, that's a good Karate Kid song. Ooh. Nobody's gonna take you down.
There you go,
Oh, good. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Karate Kid. Some of the best music.
dude. It's an '80s movie.
Oh.
'80s movies all had great music,
Right? Such good pump up music.
Yeah, but
Daniel-san.
But you know, I think that's gonna do it for today's show, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So hey, thank you again, Randy, for showing up.
Thank you guys for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to be back.
Yep.
I didn't appreciate the hazing. That was gross.
Oh, dude,
MuzzleFlash.
I felt bad for you.
Is it still in your mouth?
Yes, I want bullet next time I come back. Or I'm not coming
Or do you want Dickle in your mouth?
You
I
can
need
get
it
some,
all in this area.
you can get some Dickle in your mouth.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's
Dickle
going to
or
do
bullet,
it for...
whatever.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's going to do it for us today. I'm Paulo.
I'm Foy.
And I'm out. We're out.
Okay.
Hit the music.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and we start real slow. You just put your lips together